This regular board meeting of the Waco Independent School District is hereby called to order. Item 8 is consider, discuss, and take appropriate action regarding the award of contract to Core Construction for Tennyson Middle School.
I'd like to review the process that the district's undertaken for the selection of the contractor to build the new Tennyson Middle School. In March of 2022, the Board of Trustees approved the competitive sealed proposal delivery method for the Tennyson Middle School project. Our previous two projects were delivered via the CM at risk delivery method. And there's some key differences in the selection process. In a CSP proposal, the contractor proposes a lump sum to deliver the projects based on the requirements in the RFP and the contract documents. When they submit their proposal, they take into account all facets of building the project, including the schedule. The competitive sealed proposal process is first a competition. The Texas Government Code 2269 that we have to follow says the governmental entity shall select the offeror that submits the proposal that offers the best value for the governmental entity based on the selection criteria in the request for proposal and the weighted value for those criteria in the request for proposal and its ranking evaluation. In order to make sure that all the proposers understood the process, Waco ISD, Purchasing Operations, and O'Connell-Robertson conducted a pre-proposal conference on October 6th to present the project to prospective bidders. We had 3 general contractors attend, as well as several subcontractors. Both proposers, Core and Masonic, were present at the pre-proposal meeting. During this meeting, Doug Dawson presented the project overview, Judy Monroe, buyer for Waco ISD, presented the bidding instructions, and I reviewed the submittal requirements, emphasizing that the information that the contractors included in their proposal was what the evaluation team would base their evaluation on. We discussed the criteria and the weighting and what the district was looking for in each area. During the pre-proposal meeting, a representative from Masonic asked if the district would consider extending the completion date from April 26th to a later date, April 26, 2024, to a later date. They expressed concern that the project could not be built in the time allowed. We responded that the district needs the facility complete by the end of April to allow for furniture, fixture, equipment, installation, and a smooth transition for the campus. We said that if we decided to extend the construction time, we would issue this change via addenda. We did not change the date. We received the proposals on November 1st, and they were opened publicly and read aloud. Then the evaluation committee began the review process, including thoroughly reading the proposals and checking references. As we reviewed the schedule and Masonic's approach, we saw that the proposed delivery date of August for the school building did not meet the RFP requirements. Waco ISD leadership discussed this issue and agreed that a delivery date of early August was not acceptable. For this reason, Masonic's approach was graded at 5 out of 10 possible points. You can see on the proposal evaluation summary following your board memo the selection criteria, associated points, and the points awarded. After we evaluate the proposals, the Texas Government Code has specific direction that we must follow. It says we shall first attempt to negotiate a contract with the selected offerer. The governmental entity and its architect or engineer may discuss with the selected offer options for a scope or cost reduction, time modification, and any price change associated. If we are unable to negotiate with the number ranked firm, then we can go to the next ranked firm, but we have to only talk with the number 1 ranked firm. The code requires we evaluate only submitted information. There's no provision for clarification until after ranking and selection. At this time, we notified Core Construction they were ranked number 1. And we wanted to meet with them to discuss cost reduction strategies. During our meetings with Core, we were able to negotiate the contract amount to $67 million, which is reflected in the contract that's attached to your board memo.
Can you please explain to us experience doing business with Waco ISD? Masonic was awarded 5 points, Core was awarded 3 points. Can you explain to us how their process went?
Yes, and remember that these are average scores from multiple reviewers. But I can tell you that what contributed to Core getting to 3 is the fact that they are building the Carver Middle School, which is basically the predecessor to Tennyson. So that is valuable information. They have experience in this exact school type, so that's their experience with Waco ISD is with that same school we're getting ready to build. And the other thing is that they brought that Carver Middle School in on budget, which was a huge feat at a time when school districts all around were having projects over budget. So they've done good work for Waco ISD, but they haven't been here long, so that's why they didn't get a full 5.
Can you talk to why that April date is important?
Yes. Well, it's important for several reasons. For one thing, we don't want to cut ourselves too short on having time allowed for things to come up that we may not foresee. So, we want to be able to adjust that date if we need to and not get ourselves in trouble with getting moved into the school. Can we move into a school early? Later than that, probably, but you've been to Tennyson, right? They've been to Tennyson, they're living in the portable village, they're having some real challenges. We want to get them out of there as fast as we can, and we want to smooth the transition for that campus as we can possibly have. And the more time we have to plan it, to be intentional about everything, to help the teachers we're going to move everybody out, so we've got a lot to do in a summer, and we want to make sure that when teachers come back, their rooms are ready and they're not stressed out about things aren't ready.
And the way this competitive sealed proposal works is that the companies are judged on the bids. What they submit, the paperwork they sent to you, that is how we judge what they are going to do.
Yes.
In public comment, it was said about using local contractors and subcontractors, and that's something that had been advocated for on several occasions. I just wanted you to give us a brief understanding of legally how far we could go with having a requirement or a category on local contractors.
For construction contracts for a school district, you've got to follow Chapter 2269 of the Texas Government Code. You have to. Whether or not a bidder, a proposer, an offerer, whatever term you want to use, is a taxpayer in the district, whether they have an office in the district, they have a principal office in the district, anything like that, that's not something that, in my opinion, a district required to operate under 2269 for a construction project, that's not something the district can tell everybody in the RFP, we're going to give you extra points if you're local.
What has been said in public comment was schedule, that they submitted, Masonic specifically submitted a schedule, and that Core did not, and that was basically held against them because they submitted extra paperwork. Is that what was, did they get dinged because they had a schedule and Core didn't?
They got dinged because they had a schedule that showed them finishing after the desired completion date.
It seems pretty clear, though, that the time that was put into this means that there was a lot of thought into how long this project would take you. And what was submitted, I just want to be clear, what was submitted on this date was August, the very beginning of school.
That is correct.
Okay.
Had Masonic not submitted a schedule to you, would that have affected their score?
Well, if I didn't have 6 pages of something that said they were going to finish on August 1st, yes, it would have.
When you were reading the statutes, when we talked about the statutes earlier, you brought up how we're kind of locked into the committee's decision. Is that, or do we have other options on the table?
As far as tonight goes, the agenda item is to vote, if there's a motion and a second, on awarding the contract for Core. I don't think legally the board can do anything tonight other than vote on that agenda item if the board chooses to vote on it.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract as presented.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Vidania.
I'll second.
We have a second by Ms. Iazetti. Is there any further discussion? Okay, we will take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Those who are opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
Okay, so it passes 4-3. Let the record show that Mr. Grant, Mr. Vidania, myself, and Iazetti, yay. And it would be Mr. Ochoa, Mr. Guillory, Mr. Davis, nay. Yeah, and so we just want to wish all of our staff, all of our teachers, our students, their families, a very happy Thanksgiving. I hope you get to enjoy time with family and friends. And with that, we are adjourned.